You know, I just can't wait to get my hands on Octopath Travelers 2. In fact, right now I'm playing through Octopath Travelers 1 before Octopath Travelers 2. That was a lot of Octopath Travelers. I really like this new wave of RPG games that has this cool art style that creates a sense of depth. Another one I'm actually really excited for is Sea of Stars. That game just looks amazing. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo-Chan Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or ALOT do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not. In this video, we are going to talk about some news for Octopath Travelers 2 and 2 Pokemon rumors that have to do with a new mystery dungeon and the Nintendo Switch Online service. If you guys enjoy this video, leave a like. It helps the video reach more viewers when you do, and more viewers means I have more time to create cool animations like this. My Twitter handle is WoBorob93 if you want to follow me on Twitter and catch some behind the scenes looks at these animations as well. So the Nintendo Switch has been giving us some cool RPG games and JRPG games over the years that I completely love. We've had Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Octopath Travelers 1, there's of course Bravely Default, and other RPG games. We have had ports of Final Fantasy X and X-2 and other cool RPG games. In fact, I would love the 13 series to hit the Nintendo Switch now that I think about it. And there are other cool RPG experiences coming very soon with Octopath Travelers 2. And before Octopath Travelers 2 is released, we do have some pretty big news that tells how good this game is. The reviews for Octopath Travelers 2 are out. Specifically, the one I'm talking about is the Metacritic score, which is a big one. Now on the Nintendo Switch, the Metacritic score is 84. Now the user reviews haven't come in yet, but so far that is really fantastic. Now I'm gonna read off at least one review so you guys get a general idea on how good this game is and if you want to pick it up yourself. And of course I will be doing my own review later on once I'm able to get it, so look forward to that as well. So Nintendo Life says Octopath Travelers 2 is a triumphant and confident follow-up to its predecessor, building on the established foundation with welcoming new ideas and tweaks to make for an overall excellent experience. A strategic combat, open-ended character progression, well-written stories, gorgeous visuals, and an incredible soundtrack all coalesces into one of the finest RPGs on the Switch to date. Though it may be more of the same, Team Asano demonstrates mastery of its craft at every turn here. We give Octopath Travelers 2 a high recommendation to anyone looking for a beautiful new RPG to add to their Nintendo Switch collection. Now as you can see scrolling through all of these Metacritic scores, they're pretty great. Overall, I would say it's a positive reaction to Octopath Travelers 2. And I definitely think I do want to pick this up because I really love the first one and I just love RPGs in general, so I think it's right up my alley, especially since it has those visuals that I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I just love so much. Now keep in mind that these aren't all the scores. These are very early scores and there's still more that are going to be coming in and change the score, and when they do update that Metacritic score, I definitely will tell you guys about it in the next show. But overall, another win for the Nintendo Switch. The system has been giving us a ton of great games on the Nintendo Switch so far, and that seems to not change here. Most of the time, I still didn't like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. And moving on, we have some pretty interesting rumors about a new Pokemon game that are floating around. So the Pokemon series is in a pretty interesting spot, I think. I think when it comes to the graphics sides, in some games they need to do a lot better in my opinion, but we have seen some improvements on the gameplay side with Pokemon formulas changing, and some of them are very welcome changes. Some changes in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are welcome changes, and especially in Pokemon Arceus, it was a blast to play that game, and I really hope they do a sequel because I think personally, graphics aside, gameplay was really fun. In fact, I'd say it was addicting to the point where I didn't want to drop my Nintendo Switch multiple times. And I really hope this isn't going to be one of those situations where they do the Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness and make a really fantastic spin-off and just completely drop it after. Now speaking of spin-offs, it seems we do have a new spin-off that could be coming, and this is what Nintendo Life has to say about it. The Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, developed by famed Japanese studio Spike Chunsoft, has gained a considerable wealth of fans over the years, with some claiming that the spin-off franchise has been even better than the mainline Pokemon games. Now it appears that the reference within the source code of the recently launched Pokemon Together website has some fans speculating that a new game may be on the horizon, thanks to Go Nintendo. Launched in conjunction with the upcoming Pokemon Day celebration of February 27th, 2023, the Pokemon Together website will eventually display an interactive mosaic that fans can be a part of by using the hashtag Pokemon Together. It appears, however, the keen-eyed viewers have discovered a reference to Spike Chunsoft within the site's source code. Check it out. And they show a tweet with the info that was found. Now this makes a lot of sense for a new Pokemon game to be revealed. Pokemon Day is coming up and the article says it's pretty soon. On that day, I think we might even get a few surprises other than a new game, so I wouldn't be too shocked if we do get a new mystery dungeon or some kind of other game made by this company. Now when it comes to the mystery dungeon games on the Pokemon side, they're still in my backlog. If I'm being honest, they have been there for quite some time. But maybe this will be the first time me checking out this series if they do make a new game. I do wonder if we will see any other surprises as well, like maybe a second Pokemon game announced, or maybe something to do with the Nintendo Switch online service. The reason I say this is that there are some new findings on the classic Pokemon games coming to the Nintendo Switch. Recently, Nintendo has added Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games to the Nintendo Switch online service, and it's always been my dream to have Game Boy and Game Boy Advance Pokemon games hit the service. Even though I think they would do remakes of those games, I still want them to hit the service because there's a big difference between the remakes and the actual original games. I mean, it's either that or it's just nostalgia talking. It's one of the two. This is what Go Nintendo had to say. Nintendo has released an updated version of their Switch Online promo video in Japan, and eagle-eyed viewers have noticed some small differences between the versions and the last one Nintendo put out. During the Pokemon Stadium segment, the original video included a disclaimer saying players couldn't transfer Pokemon into Pokemon Stadium. In this new version of the video, that disclaimer has been removed. Why would Nintendo go through the trouble of removing a single line unless there's been some sort of change? Nintendo just added Game Boy and Game Boy Advance functionality to the Nintendo Switch/Switch Online expansion pack last week, and that certainly paves the way for multiple classic Pokemon games to join the service. It's not hard to imagine Nintendo would be gearing up for such an addition, which could mean Pokemon Stadium will get functionality fans have been clamoring for. So there are two things that could possibly happen. We could be getting the classic Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy games from the Pokemon series like Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, maybe even Pokemon Fire Red, maybe even Pokemon Leaf Green, those kind of games. And those games can be used alongside Pokemon Stadium, where you can transfer those games into those games, if that makes sense to you guys. Now, will this happen? Well, maybe. You never really know. Pokemon Day is coming up in a couple days. Well, not a couple days. It's coming up in about a week and a half. So on that day, we may get a new Pokemon Stadium update. We may be getting some more Pokemon games added to the Nintendo Switch Online service. And overall, it might be a really great day for Pokemon fans. Now, I also think that we're going to get some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC announced as well. I think there's going to be something for those games, because why wouldn't they? I mean, they just released it, and I don't think any DLC for the game has been announced, not that I know of. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But at that Nintendo Direct for February, we didn't get anything Pokemon there, so I'm guessing they're saving all the Pokemon stuff for Pokemon Day. And now that I think about it, it is kind of weird that we didn't see any Pokemon stuff at that February Nintendo Direct. That really just popped in my head. I just realized that there have been so many things that were revealed at that Nintendo Direct that I completely forgot about Pokemon. So maybe all the Pokemon stuff was being saved for this Pokemon Day and the Pokemon Nintendo Direct. And moving on to the last topic, I just want to make you guys aware of a promo code for the Nintendo Switch OLED. You can get a discount, and a pretty hefty discount at that, for this console. Now keep in mind that this does end on the 21st, so you guys want to make sure if you're going to buy a new Nintendo Switch and have been looking for a new OLED, you definitely want to get a handle on this. So using the code PRESDAY20 on eBay will get you a $46.79 off the original Nintendo Switch OLED that's white for a price of $303.20. Now The Verge says that this is technically flagged as a Japanese international version, but it should work fine with the US with the same power adapter. But that's a pretty good price off, if I have to say, and I just wanted to warn you guys, not warn you guys like it's something that's a pending doom, but I just wanted to tell you guys about it. And again, that ends on February 21st, so make sure you get in and get that, and make sure you get your new Nintendo Switch OLED. But overall, guys, some great news today and some great rumors as well, and just overall a nice talk about the latest Nintendo news, rumors, and links. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below on all the news we covered today. And tell me if you're going to get that Nintendo Switch OLED. It's a pretty good price. You can probably buy a pretty decent game for an extra $30 or $40. I mean, heck, I think the Metroid Prime Remaster costs $40, so you could buy Metroid Prime Remaster and a new Nintendo Switch OLED. Perfection. I'll see you guys later. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.